You've definitely heard of it, probably never used it. That's right, we're going to be talking about Pinterest today and we're going to be running some ads. What's good, everybody? My name is Twitchell, and if you don't know me, I make a bunch of videos about social media, making money online, dropshipping, and the whole shebang. Now this video is truly special because we're going to be talking about Pinterest and the potential of dropshipping on there. The traditional dropshipping route is to build a store and then run the ads on Facebook and see how it does. And while this is good and definitely works, I want to experiment with some other social medias to see if there's some untapped markets that we could try and take advantage of. So after looking around for different places I could potentially advertise, I finally stumbled across Pinterest. So for this video today, I'm going to divide it into 5 different parts. I'm going to talk about the product, how I'm going to make the content for it, the store itself, and then finally advertising on Pinterest and the results of that. Excited to get into it, and without wasting any more time here, let's jump into phase 1 where I show you guys the product. Alright, so for the product, obviously there's a big change in the environment right now for everybody. Everyone's staying at home because of the situation we're all in. But that also leaves a lot of opportunity for dropshippers like us. So if everybody's stuck in home because of the quarantine, because of the situation going on right now, why not sell a product that works perfectly in unison with what's going on? So anyways, the product that we're running is the silicone mask. That's right, we're going to be selling these. As a matter of fact, I have big box here and another bag here. So yeah, we have a lot of masks that we are going to be able to sell on Pinterest here. Now I must confess that this is not actually drop shipping because obviously I already ordered the products to my house and I'm going to have to manually fulfill the orders myself. But drop shipping looks better for the title of this video that you're about to go like. But the reason I decided to bulk order this instead was because I don't want people waiting too long to receive their order if they decide to order from my store, because the situation's not going to last for that much longer, and that would just be a really mean and unethical thing to do if I were to just tell an AliExpress supplier to do it and then they end up getting this 2 months later after the whole ordeal has already passed. So for those reasons, I had to order them in, and I'm just going to ship them out. Hopefully they'll get to the customers within 5-10 days. I mean, it should be less than that even, but yeah. So I have all the masks here and I'm going to just sell them all, and once we make any orders, I'm just going to fulfill them myself. So for acquiring these masks, what I did was I just went to Alibaba and I looked through a bunch of different suppliers for silicone masks, and I finally came across one that was pretty cheap and claimed to have 7 to 8 day shipping, so I went with them. In total, I bought 50 masks and 250 replaceable filters, and that cost me around $300 in total. However, the problem was that my supplier actually lied to me a little bit about the shipping times. Instead of getting here in 7 to 8 days, it came here in 17 days, but I mean, it is what it is. I can't really do much about it. Thankfully, they came in, so we can move on to phase number 2, which is making content with these masks. Alright, so phase 2, we have the masks already in-house, so it's not that hard for us to just take the masks and go record some content. So that's exactly what I did. So for my idea with the content, what I wanted to do was just take everything I needed to do. So I wanted to take some photos of myself wearing the mask. I wanted to get some shots of the mask itself, show how to put the mask together, pretty much everything I could do with it to make different GIFs, videos, advertisements, whatever it be. Now I want to put some of the content I recorded on the screen here. I don't know where it is, but you can see it up here right now. These are some of the little photos I made, or photos I took of myself, and they're actually going to be on my store. I'm going to go through the store in a little bit here and you'll see some more of that stuff too. Alright guys, so phase 3 is actually building the store, and I just want to go through real quick what I created here and just show you guys around. So yeah, if we look around here, this is the home page. I just have a little thing that says introducing the shield mask. That's what I call it, by the way. I got a little bit creative. The shield mask. I actually made a logo for the shield mask as a one product store as a whole, but then later I decided that having a little brand, Sova Medical, that looks way more official, and people don't want to buy a medical product from a store that is just called the shield mask. They want to buy it from a more established source, so I think going with Sova Medical was a better move here. But anyways, if we scroll down a little bit, we can see the product page. It has that image I was talking about from the Photoshop, and if we scroll in a little bit more, I have a little bit of description. I mentioned that we proudly ship from the United States because, I mean, people love to see that. But yeah, if we scroll down here, I made some GIFs for the product description. So as you can see here, it's just the different angles of the mask. And if you just keep scrolling down, I have little areas of text that talk about the different benefits of the mask and whatnot. And I also have some different little photos here. And if you keep scrolling down, you can see me just walking in a straight line, super serious. I mean, it's kind of like a kind of edgy look. I don't know. I'm kind of vibing with it. Moving on, anyways, I talk about a little bit how it works. This clip right here I actually got from my supplier, thankfully. He sent me some content too that I could use. I had to cut out some Chinese text from it, that's why it's super zoomed in, but I mean, it gets the job done. And I had to throw in a little disclaimer here because I don't want to be responsible for anything bad, and yeah, I just did that for my own personal protection purposes. Then if you keep scrolling down here, you can see the additional filter. So these are really good upsells, especially for this product. One thing with one product stores is that you should have a second or third product on there because, I mean, if you can upsell it, that's just increasing your average order value, and that's just more money in your pocket. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all for the store setup. I mean, you can go through the different tabs here and look at each product individually. I mean, if you go to the replaceable filters, you can see that I just have the 3 different options to get more for cheaper. And then down here, I have my quick links, like the policies, the help center, whatnot. But that's pretty much all I did for the store. It's not that hard to set up. I think it took me like an hour or 2 just to make everything. So yeah, it was not that bad. All right, guys. Phase 4 of this process, actually jumping onto Pinterest and starting the ads on there, getting a quick overview of what Pinterest is like because, to be honest, I've never used it before the past couple of days. I'm assuming you guys haven't either because most of the platform is filled with 25 to 34-year-old women, like 80% of the platform. But anyways, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what Pinterest is really like. So I'm going to have a little screen recording, whatever, up here, but basically Pinterest, it's just a bunch of different 2x3 boxes with different topics or whatever. You can just keep scrolling, and yeah, this is pretty much all it looks like. It's not that complicated, but there's just a bunch of different boxes. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's pretty messy, but I mean, a lot of people are using it. 250 million users to be exact, so I mean, there's still a good opportunity to advertise on here. Personally, though, I'm just not a big fan of how it's structured. That doesn't stop me from advertising on it, though. Let's see what we can do with these different boxes here, and I mean, if I promote my post, it's just going to show up as one of these boxes, so let's see what we can do. That being said, I want to jump onto my computer now. I want to show you guys the different ads I'm actually going to be using, and then I can give you guys a quick little overview of the Pinterest ads. Alright guys, looking into the details here, as you can see, there's more than 60 million users, so it's a pretty broad audience, and we can target it down by different interests, so for whatever we want. It's not as precise as Facebook, but it's good enough. I mean, Pinterest is centered around different interests and whatnot. I targeted health, parenting, and travel because that's what's most related to the masks. They have a keyword function here as well, which is really cool. I mean, I think a lot of Pinterest is people looking up different stuff, so if you're more targeted, like if you want to do a cooking recipe or something, you could just put cooking recipes here. I mean, whatever you want to do. We can just leave this broad though, because I mean, everyone wants masks, so I mean, there's no real need for us to target any keywords specifically here. And for all the other demographics like gender, age, locations, whatnot, I also left that broad because, I mean, once again, masks are pretty broad things, so I don't see a need to focus it on any specific group. The way I'm doing this is very similar to Facebook. I like to leave it broad on Facebook, so I'm leaving it broad on here. I mean, to be honest, this could be completely wrong. I've never used Pinterest before, but if any Pinterest gurus are watching this video, let me know how I'm doing because, I mean, could be a lot better to narrow it down for Pinterest. I don't really know, but I'm just going off of my Facebook knowledge. So yeah, this is what I left here. For budgets, I wanted to do 25 bucks a day because I didn't want to spend too much without knowing what I was getting into. I didn't want to just lose a ton of money, but I also wanted to test enough where we could make some sales. And my friends who are selling this are getting more than like a 5 ROAS on Facebook, so I think if I'm spending 25 bucks a day, I should make some sales at least. Alright guys, here are my ads. As you can see, my beautiful face here staring at, I don't even know what I was staring at, and then I have a little collage of different photos of the mask, as well as just a big photo of the mask that I showed you guys earlier. But yeah, these are the 2 different ads, and then this one right here is just a carousel of the both of them. I'm not testing any videos, although I think you can, but this would be certainly one area I could optimize, is that I just wanted to make this quick little ad to see how it does compared to other pins, because it's going to appear like any typical pin just with the word sponsored under it. But I'm pretty sure you can also do videos. I just didn't really want to make one, to be honest. I just want to do a little bit of a test, and I think the image should sell for itself, honestly, because like you don't really need a video to explain the mask. But anyways guys, that is all for the Pinterest backend. This was a very simple explanation of it, but I mean, I don't really know much about it, so I don't want to give you guys too much advice. This is just what I'm experimenting with, and hopefully you guys get a good feel for what I'm doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the ads tanked. Unfortunately, I was very confident with the mask, and I thought they would just sell on their own just by people seeing images, but unfortunately that was not the case at all. We made a whopping 0 sales. I spent $50 in total across 2 different days of advertising, yesterday and today, and overall it did not work too well. We got around 300 link clicks, so obviously it got some traffic onto my website, but surprisingly no one bought. I don't want to give up on Pinterest completely though. There's a lot of room for improvement that we can talk about, or different things I could do on my store as well. Some potential improvements we could have made include like the video ad. We could have actually ran a video ad and probably got more people on our site. People probably saw also that we are not an active profile at all. I mean, if you click on our profile, we literally have 0 posts. So, and as well as that, if we get 300 link clicks on our website and we didn't even make a sale, maybe it's the buying power on Pinterest that's kind of weak, but honestly, I probably think it's that my store needs some more work. I mean, as you saw, I made this store in an hour or two, and I mean, it looked okay, but I mean, it could definitely be better. So yeah, that's the main thing. Better store, better ad, pretty much better everything, and just optimize it more. But I still think there's hope for Pinterest. It just didn't work out for us in this video. And once again, the majority of Pinterest is 25 to 34-year-old women, like 80% of the platform. So I mean, if you're targeting that niche, definitely consider Pinterest. And I mean, you could still sell other stuff on it too. Alright guys, that's all for this video though. Unfortunately, Pinterest did not work out for us. However, I still have all of these masks that I want to get rid of. So in the comments below, I would appreciate it if you guys mention different creative ways of marketing that I could try and sell these masks. That's going to be a future video coming out soon. I'm going to try and think of other ways to sell these before, I mean, the whole situation ends. So yeah, I don't want to get stuck with all this inventory. So I mean, new video coming out soon on trying to sell these masks a different way. Alright guys, if you like this video and this is the first time you've really seen Pinterest for what it can actually do, leave a like, really appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, that's all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. We've seen a ton of growth recently. My most recent video got 1,000 views in like under a week, so that's pretty incredible. I have not seen numbers like that ever on YouTube. Very stoked, very thankful for you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week. Peace out.